Welcome to Women at Halftime podcast, but not just for women, for you men too. If you're at mid-career or the halftime of life, our inspirational topics are not only fun, but also meant to help you maximize and write your next chapter. Right here with me, Deborah Johnson. Well, hello, this is Deborah Johnson, and this is Article 3 on perspective of our roundabout, how to stop circling the roundabout. And this article discusses the importance of self-perspective in achieving our goals. And it's my third of 3 articles on how perspectives enable us to stop circling the roundabout and exit toward our summit. In the first article, and I will put the links in the article, I share 3 perspectives that aid us in getting unstuck and taking positive strides forward. So the first is gaining an enhanced or elevated perspective by taking an objective view of our current situation. We regard our lives from other angles to better understand where we need to go. And the second is espousing various mindsets, attitudes, and perspectives to stay on track despite the challenges. And I give you many examples of mindsets to be able to get beyond those setbacks and failures. And the third is having a clear picture of ourselves living the life to which we aspire. In the second article, and I'll put the link again in the article, I share how the perspectives of others can help us progress from our current point, our current position, our point A, to where we wish to go, our point B. And I discussed how their inputs and accountability can buoy us on our journeys and what we must be aware of when seeking the perspective of others. And really how to determine if we are including the right people to assist us on our journeys. Very important. Now, in this article, we will focus on how our self-perspective can impact our success. And I think you will find much of this very interesting. And so how our self-perspective can boost or derail your forward movement. And there's a lot of talk about this, looking at our self-talk today. And so most of us care a lot and maybe even too much about what others think. We worry if others like us. We worry about fitting in, and we worry about wearing, saying, and doing the right things. Well, so don't waste your precious time and energy in this space. This is that negative self-talk, meaning when we're focusing on what others think. And we need to embrace the relationship that we have with ourselves and honor our own perspectives. When we learn to find validation from within ourselves, then it's so freeing. We can let go of worrying about what others think, and we can focus on what we think, on our values. Limiting beliefs are the stories we tell ourselves, like, I'm no good at relationships, or I'm not creative enough. I've heard that one a lot. Or I don't have the courage to do this or that. And we repeat those stories really just to protect ourselves from rejection or failure. Or maybe someone said those words to us and we've internalized them and we've accepted them and reinforced them through the years. Well, we can learn to recognize and overcome those limiting beliefs that hold us back from what we really want and desire. So how can we do that? Well, we can overcome our limiting beliefs by challenging them. What made us think that we were no good at relationships? or that we're not creative. Well, look at these assumptions from another perspective. Are they really, truly valid? We also learn to ignore or change our negative inner dialogues. Most of us, we won't accept that negativity or verbal abuse from another person. And we should not accept this from ourselves. When we pay attention to the words that we say to ourselves, we can take notice of when we are unkind or unforgiving. Don't beat yourself up. Being aware of that internal conversation allows us to change the dialogue to be positive, to be generous, and uplifting. Those are sentiments we really want to focus on. Your self-perspective regarding your ability to achieve your goals has immense power. And you want to be able to use that power to propel yourself forward to the destination that you seek, your point B. So don't let a negative self-perspective take you off course. And keep these principles in mind if you falter. And I've spoken a lot about journaling through this. Very important. You will get journaling prompts. You've got a free download with this. So here I'm going to give you a couple points here to think about. Number one, don't compare your journey to the journey of others. You focus on yourself. You are on your own journey. And yes, others may be further along in the path, but their journeys aren't your journeys. Their paths are not your paths. You are where you are. You have a plan of where you are going, hopefully. And you are not behind or less than others. You are moving at your own pace, and it's okay. The second point here, you are not a failure if things don't go how you planned. Oh, we all know that mistakes and failures, they happen, but they provide valuable lessons, invaluable lessons, in fact. Frame them as such. You tried and it didn't work out as you intended. So keep trying and write down your thoughts like, what did you learn? How can you apply this to move forward in your life? Learn from it. And number three, you can start at any time. What you can accomplish has nothing to do with your age. I'm going to say that again. What you can accomplish has nothing to do with your age, although unless you decide to run a marathon at age 99, although people do it. Success is so much more than just will, persistence, and resilience, than about the number of birthdays that you had. Yeah, that will, persistence, and resilience will hold you through. It's about building upon your prior experience and leaning into your talents and having confidence in yourself. And I have some inspiring examples here. They're very inspiring. Alan Rickman, the British actor and Harry Potter series villain, Severus Snape, love that character. He was in his 40s when he was cast for his first movie, Die Hard, opposite Bruce Willis. Okay, 40s. That's actually, according to the internet, that's officially halftime of life. Julia Child, American television star and author who brought French cooking to the American homes. She debuted her television cooking show, The French Chef, at age 50. Ray Kroc, American entrepreneur and mastermind behind McDonald's restaurant. He started as an employee. He started in his early 50s, and then he bought the company at age 59. And I love this one. I just love this one. Peggy Rowe. She's an American author with 2 New York Times bestsellers. And she released her first book after the age of 80. And she's the mother of Mike Rowe of Dirty Jobs. If you've not listened to Mike Rowe's voice, you have to hear it. Well, let's talk about another principle here, number 4. Learn to trust your perspective. Well, others may suggest that your goals are too lofty. They're too unimaginable or unreachable. But what do you think? Do you think you can do it? Well, listen to your internal voice and try to understand why others said what they did. But focus on what you think and why you think the way you do. My main point in this is not to discount your own voice. You want to be able to listen to wise advice, but don't discount your own voice. While other people may be an expert, you know yourself better than anyone. And maybe a coach or a mentor, they said something to you that just doesn't sit well. Well, think about what was said critically and journal if it helps. I really suggest journaling and even challenge what they said. Your opinion of what is best for you matters the most. And after evaluation, trust that opinion. So let's talk about ways to stay on track towards your point B. And these are very important. This is your application here. Fostering a positive perspective is a critical part of achieving your goals. So here are some additional suggestions to stay on track on the way to your summit. Number one, provide yourself with an optimal environment. Your environment can support your goals or can hinder them. Look around you. Living and working in a clean, organized, well-lit, and inspiring environment, well, that brings positivity. And if you're not able to work in your optimal environment, just take breaks. Take the type of breaks that can give you the inspiration that you need, such as being in nature or listening to music, dancing, meditating. You can take that time. You can find those little mini vacations throughout the day, as I say. You can prominently also display your goals in your home, in your workspaces, as reminders of the journey that you are on. Make it positive, make it fun. And number two, there's another suggestion I have is put your goals in the format of a challenge. Challenges are time-specific accountability programs that they encourage you to make steady progress toward a goal in incremental changes and growth. I even do challenges. It's wonderful. It gives you that time frame. And you can find nearly any type of challenge online to help you make a change in your life. And maybe you've heard of like the 4-week self.com fitness challenges. There's so many. The Whole 30 challenge for healthy eating and the Hard 75 for transformative, what's the word I'm looking for? Transformative. That's what I'm looking for. Mental toughness. Wow. Transformative mental toughness. So these programs and others like them, they offer content like fun, recipes, workouts, as well as a community for support. And you can also create your own challenge, adapting an existing program to support your specific goals. And number three, track your progress. Write down your goals for that clarity, commitment, and accountability. You want to know how far you've come and where you want to go. And track your progress to build upon your goal setting and stay focused on the execution. It's another accountability tool that will help you keep on pace. You can see where you stand versus your objective, and you can know where you are on target or where you need to step up your game. Seeing tangible progress can boost your motivation. And number four, I love this one. Employ tools that will keep you focused. The number of available organizational tools, planners, and trackers to help you stay on track is vast. Find what works best for you. There are so many out there, and make it easy. You may prefer an online tracker or a pen and paper, a pocket calendar. I like pen and paper. Some tools that have worked for me include A daily planner. I like that, something I can write in, a planner that allows me to time block works well. And I set times for tasks that bring me closer to my goals in my daily schedule. I'm an entrepreneur, a solopreneur. I keep track of my time this way. A bullet journal or another journaling tool is also good. I clear my head by putting my thoughts on paper in only a few sentences. I can then sort through my reflections to help guide my actions. And some of those thoughts, they end up as memes, they end up as part of my programs. And this, one of my favorites, is a timer. A timer helps me focus, especially on tasks that I don't enjoy. I set it for 10 minutes and I get to work, and then I'll set it for 10 more. Overcoming my inertia, I often get into a flow and I go much longer. And you may know this as a Pomodoro. A fun fact is that the Pomodoro Technique was invented by Francesco Cirillo. He invented the Pomodoro Technique by marking 25-minute work intervals using a kitchen timer shaped like a tomato. Pomodoro in Italian. And since I'm a quarter Italian, I love that. Pomodoro. And number 5, prepare for inevitable setbacks. They will occur. Your perspective on these setbacks is what will help or hurt you in reaching your goal. The Stoics had a practice called premeditation. They would anticipate challenges by defining upfront what the worst case scenario could be. Okay, I guess I could die. That would be the worst. Well, then they would plan and be ready for this possibility. When you prepare for the worst, everything else, it puts it in perspective. It seems much more manageable. And number 6, embrace and learn from mistakes. I have said this over and over in these sessions. Like setbacks, mistakes will happen. They will. You cannot allow either to stop you. Instead, see the mistake as a learning opportunity. Your perspective is vital to turning something negative into a positive. What did you learn? Do a quick analysis or a journal entry of the action that you took, and then the results of your action and what you can apply from this situation to avoid repeating it or making similar missteps. Number 7, keep your attitude steady. Oh, that's a tough one. There will be days that your progress feels too slow, or that you question if your effort is even worth it. Like, why all this time? Why this effort? Well, if what you are attempting was easy, you would have already done it, right? Well, I find that journaling keeps my attitude balanced. I start my every single morning this way, couple lines. If I'm feeling a bit low, I read my previous entries in my journal, gaining strength from the times when I felt capable or happy with the progress I had made. And I celebrate the wins. Have a plan to boost your spirits when the journey wears on you. And I know there are those that keep journals of a daily win, right? Something that went well that day. Number 8, keep going. Your best life is calling. Stay focused on what your life can be like and keep moving toward that possibility. And the second act of life, the second half, what a great time of life. What lies on the other side of your challenges, it will make the tough times so worthwhile. You have so much more to give. And make sure you get the journal prompts download for these 3 articles on perspective. It's free, and it covers the benefits, the mindsets, and seeing ourselves in a new light in the perspective article 1. It covers discerning the type of perspective that will work best for you in that perspective article 2. And for this 3rd article, the value of self-perspective. So make sure you access all of these Roundabout Hero articles, including the 3 also on position with the Haffer's tool. And look for 3 more. We have 3 more of these articles coming up, 3 more sessions and shows on life purpose to successfully exit your roundabout as a roundabout hero. My passion is to help you at mid-career, at the halftime of life, maximize your skills, your resources, and your experience. Everything you've done can build, it builds and builds. You have so much. And I'd like to see you use those and enjoy them at this time of life. Again, the internet says halftime of life is officially age 40. Most of my audience is about 45-ish to 50-ish, 55, 60 in those areas. But it really, every stage of life can really benefit from the messages in these articles of the Roundabout Hero of position, perspective, and purpose. Thank you for joining me, Deborah Johnson. I'll look forward to being with you again next time. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you for joining us. It is because of our wonderful listeners like you that we keep going strong week after week. We'd love it if you'd share and follow us to not miss a single show and even write a review. You can also find all of our articles, products, and links at womenathalftime.com.